Alright, this is Beyond the Skies, and I am Calibos. So, that wind generator is very windy. You can hear it. Oh, it's exciting. So, let's see where we are. I think that we need to make this. We should probably look into setting up some of the auto crafting to make that a little bit faster. So we've got this. Do we have any processors? So we need some interfaces. All right. So we need some Fluix stuff. Let's go ahead and grind up some of this. Let's turn that down if we can. I'm not sure we can though. Mechanism doesn't play nice with volume. They circumvented quite a great many things. Alright, so interface. Okay, so what do we need for the molecular assembler? Molecular assembler. Alright, and now we need a crafting... Oh, I just want to say, I don't know if I worked out with you guys how I set this up, but it's working great now. So this precision chamber, it basically is producing damaged circuits and the small stones. Small stones are getting sucked into this, which is voiding them. Everything else is going into this, which you can tell I'm doing a little bit of work on. So it then pulls from there into this processing chamber, which basically fixes them. So it goes from damaged to repaired. Then it comes here to this analyzing chamber, and it analyzes it. And sometimes we get stuff, and sometimes we don't. Then analyzed circuits go in here, and stable circuits go in here. And this is a fabrication chamber, so I can make everything that it wants to make here. So you'll notice I was making energy upgrades. So if you look, like for this, I have all the energy and the speed upgrades. I basically set this up, and then I just made it go faster and faster and faster until we have everything. And the entire point of this was to get nether stars, but I mean, we're actually getting a bunch of other stuff. So 90% of all of this stuff, 99%, most of this stuff we have gotten from that, and you can tell that we're still getting things. And it's dropping damaged circuits into the system, which are automatically outputting back into the chest. We've got enriched coal, enriched gold, you know, a bunch of health modules, flawless calculators that I never had to make, advanced terrain modules. And you saw with the basic ones, the advanced ones are slightly better versions of that. We've got regular calculators, We've got a calculator plug, which basically, sorry about that, turns a calculator item into a block, so you can have a block interface. We're getting like energy upgrades and obsidian keys, which obsidian keys are really cool. So this is purified obsidian. So purified obsidian, you can't break unless you have one of these keys. So it really just doesn't break. It's that cool. We've got amethyst saplings, which make amethysts, tanzanite saplings, which make tanzanite. Where is it? Hunger module. So what this does is this fills you up. You basically would set it up and you'd use it on a diamond or an amethyst tree or something like that. And it takes the fruit and makes them into stable circuits. Interesting. I wonder why these are in here. It takes the fruit and basically just fills your hunger bar with them. Alright, well, there's that. So, there's another one for health. I think it's the blue one. So you basically fill this up and it keeps you healed. This is a grenade. It does grenade things. If you pull the pin, it becomes not your friend. Yeah, it's as simple as all of that. We have all of this stuff. And they, they're basically free. But most importantly, I went through this entire process and it did in fact actually give me 1 nether star. So I feel that I was well rewarded for it. I like the fact that it's got like little card labels so you can see what they are. How cool is that? Anyway, I got distracted. I have no idea what we were doing. So we're going to work our way to the 256K storage disk. So processor. So we have a couple of processors. I basically set all of this up. We're not going to probably need all of the processors, but I want to set up a little bit of auto crafting because I'm lazy. Mostly because I'm lazy. So we also need to make a 64K storage component, which means we need to make a 16K, which means we need to make 1K. So we'll make a stack of these, and then we'll make as many of these as it'll let us, and then we'll make as many of these as it'll let us. And then we'll do this. If only we had one more, right? So we need a crafting thing. So we'll make 3 of these, make a crafting coprocessor, and then we want a 64K crafting storage, and then a second 64K crafting storage. We want another one of these and another one of these. So that's going to help our crafting go a little bit faster, and I will explain how in just a moment. We're also going to need some network stuff. Network. That is not how you spell network, although, I guess maybe you do if you are in it for a while. So we're looking for, I forget what they're called. We're going to make some smart cables, and we're going to make some, I think it's the memory cards? No. I should know this. I was just like doing this all day the other day. Squirrels. Maybe it is these. Do we have a network tool? I'd like a network tool if possible. So we want some peer-to-peer things. And generally you always make these in pairs. So let's make a couple more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Oh, I made 10. Sure. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because we have 10 pairs, so we need 10 cards. 1 card for each pair. Provided I've actually made the right card, which is entirely possible. I haven't. Because you know me, I'm awesome. Freaking awesome. So, we have this giant thing here. I'm pretty sure I showed it to you guys. Pretty sure. I'm not sure how much of this I was planning on doing anything with, but two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's not exactly right. I should have made some more, but I didn't. So let's look into smart cable. Dense smart cable is a start, but it's not what we need. Smart cable. So we need some covered cable. How about some wool? How about some string? We have a little bit of string. Good to know, right? Aren't you guys thrilled to know that we have string? So some of the first things that I typically teach an ME system to make is itself. And there's a lot of different bibs and bobs that go into making an ME system. So now I do recommend that whenever possible you guys make smart cable. Smart cable is pretty great stuff, actually. Now the thing to remember is the dense smart cable won't connect to anything. It just won't, because it's just that cool. A little bit stuck up, I'd guess. Let's see. So what we're going to be using is the regular smart cable to connect to as many of these things as possible. Now, I'm here to tell you that I did not set this up in the most efficient manner as far as how the cables are connected to anything. So, be aware. Oh, monkeys. The other thing is, see, this is kind of wrong because service which we need oops, I did not mean to screenshot. That was me hitting the wrong button. So we need the cable connectors. I just couldn't remember how to spell it apparently. Okay, so we've got cable connectors. So the reason we want cable connectors is you should never have your ME system set up in a loop like this. It doesn't like it. It causes problems. Just be aware. It's horrible. Because it cannot tell where the channels are supposed to be in. Wow, I just completely whiffed on that. Oh my gosh. Those boots are going to drive me nuts. So 2, 2, 8, 8. So if any of that connects, because it should be, yeah, there's too many devices here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that needs to go there, and a cable there. We'll go fetch the thing by bouncing around randomly. Five out of 8. And I know, don't laugh at me. See it, you can tell it's just getting confused as to where it needs to be for all of that. And it just F's it all up. So I'm gonna fix this, I swear. And it'll be more reasonable later. So where is it? Device missing channel. Yeah, see, this is why I typically do all of this offline, because quite frankly, I'm an idiot and I can't count even when it's telling me exactly how many it's got. I need create a flight. 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know. I'm an embarrassment to the AE community. If there is an AE community, there probably is a bunch of people who are super excited about it. Alright, link. Alright, so 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's enough. We're done with that. So right off the bat, we need to set these up. And what these are going to do for us is, it's basically RAM. specifically for crafting. Oops. And it has to be in some square configuration. So what we can do is if we do this, yeah, if you think it's fun now, imagine me trying to build that monstrosity. I know, it was fun. Get where I'm going eventually. Oh, wrong wrench. Alright, so bring this out. There's no channels on it. Then we bring that down. There should be 2 channels on this thing. So each one of these faces gives us 32 channels, which is one of the reasons that I made the design that I did. It gives us a lot of channels. And even stuff that you wouldn't think that you could get to very easily. I'll go back through and I will set these up a little more accurately. I've actually got a thing that I have done before. And okay, so now we have that. Now the hard part. I know, right? Now I'm not sure why, but when I set this up on Enigmatica, I had all of these devices and it only took 8 channels. I'm not unhappy with that. Just come on, what have we got? 6, 8. So what it sounds like we'd like to do is bring that down. And bring that down. And there. Come on, find it. There we go. So it still has 8 channels coming off, so maybe let's try this. I know you're expecting an episode of high excitement, but I think this is really where I am. What have we got? So it still only affects 8. And online. That's really weird. I 6, 10, 10. You know, I don't know. So now it takes 10 instead of 8. Meanwhile, we need a pattern terminal. Now it's down to 8 again. So let's check to see if we have one. I think that we required one for the quest. So alright. So that's going to get us the crafting terminal, which gives us a pattern terminal. So now we need one more crafting terminal. Alright. So Smart cable for the win. Smart. We'll put that over here. Oh my god, I am horrible at jetpacks. I am. Okay, so let's do this actually. 1, 2. So if we go, that's 8, that's 8, that's 8, that's 8. That's 32 channels right there. And technically we have as many channels as we want to pull off of that mess. So we can put these here, and that gives us access to all of our stuff. Ta-da! This one is actually not as important as this one. This is the one that we're basically going to be using. I'm going to teach it a recipe now. Show you guys how it's done. So we have these 2 patterns already, and we're just going to chuck them in here. So now when we come over here, if we ask it for a pattern, it's got the blank pattern in it. So we can go ahead and say, please make us 10. And it's like, I need some Certus Quartz crystals. So the question is, why does it need Certus Quartz crystals? Blank pattern. So you clear it by shift right clicking. So we want to make a blank pattern. We want to tell it that. And now it has the recipe for a blank pattern that doesn't use pure crystals. So now we can tell it to make 100. It doesn't know how to make the dust, but you get the idea. Pretty much what I will have to do is set up a thing so that it will automatically grind to dust, and I will definitely do that. But that's it. That is the magic of auto crafting. I'm still fascinated that this requires 8 channels. I don't get that. It should. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's weird. Refined storage is better. I know there are people who are going to hate me for saying that, but clearly I can handle the channels. I know what I'm doing. I just don't want to. Alright. Anyway, thanks for coming. I'm sorry it was such a weird and kind of like nonsensical episode, but this is really where I am. I'm going to put in a couple of recipes right now, and I'm probably going to turn around and make another episode immediately. I kind of had planned to make 2 or 3 today, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for coming. If you liked it, leave a like. If you don't. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. If you have any suggestions, comments, or whatever, please leave them, and I will respond as I can. Yeah, have a good night.